Hello everyone. Today is going to be a skincare declutter day. I've been putting away the skincare that hasn't been working for me or the stuff that I didn't want to keep. I did try all of it and I will be passing it on to somebody who might enjoy it a little bit more. Mostly skincare usually goes to my mom because she really likes experimenting and we do have different skin types. So whatever doesn't work for me sometimes will work for her. Let's start with an eye cream from Levito. This is a natural, clean, alert eye cream, it's called, with pomegranate seed, rose hip, and citrus. So I have other eye creams I enjoy more. This one is fine. It's not hydrating enough for me to be used under my very dry eyes. But I think it's a decent eye cream. As you can see, I've really tried it. Like I put it through the ringer, I put it through the test. And I just found that I didn't like it as much as some of the other eye creams that I own. I didn't find that it was doing enough for me, although it was fine. It was a good, clean formula. So therefore, it really shouldn't be sticking around in my skincare routine because I just prefer to use things that I absolutely love. Same goes for this Clarence oil. It doesn't look like I've used a lot, but you know, oils go a very long way. So I actually gave this a really, really good try. And this is Clarence Blue Orchid Face Treatment Oil. So I've heard so many raves about it. It's like the best thing ever or whatever. I probably did not consider enough what kind of skin type it would go with. Honestly, I think normal to oily would probably enjoy this particular oil more. I felt like it did basically nothing for me in terms of hydration or really anything else. I didn't feel like this step was necessary or it added anything to my routine, although I love using oils, and when I use them, I do feel a difference. With this one, it was just not enough of a difference for me to continue using it. It was just annoying to use as an extra step with no benefit. My dry skin really requires a lot more of a hydration punch than this can deliver. Moreover, I have to say, some people would probably really love the scent of this thing. For me, I really didn't like the scent of this thing. It's very particular in the way that it smells, and I think some people would really enjoy it. And for me, it creates a bit of a gag reflex. That's certain, that this smell. Again, this is a new bottle. I just opened it maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I really gave it a good go. I used this maybe 15 times, maybe 20 times. And it's just not for me. It just won't work for me. I'll give it to my mom. She can try to use it and see if she can get through it. But for me, that was a fail and not worth the price tag at all, I gotta say. Next, I have a really great product, but because of the type of product that it is, I just don't feel like it has a place in my skincare routine. This is Ole Henriksen Lemon Strip Flash Peel. It's a facial peel, which is great. Except for I don't use facial peels as masks, right? So I never really do a facial peel or a treatment to take the top layer of my skin off. I just never do it. What I do is usually I use a lot of different acids and try to do that chemical exfoliation that way, and usually it's an overnight gentle exfoliation because I have sensitive skin. So you know, if I do something really drastic, maybe like a facial peel, my face is gonna just rebel against me and I wanna try to avoid it. My skin has been a little unhappy with me, so I'm trying to calm everything down and get rid of anything that might be irritating. Certainly, this guy is a powerful peel. It's a good peel. But in my routine and for my skin type, I just don't see how I would be incorporating it. I do prefer a more gentle treatment. This is a bit much of a bazooka for me. I think I can pass it on to somebody who might have a hardier skin that will react better to those kinds of powerful treatments. If you know my channel, you know that Nuxe Rêve de Miel is actually my favorite lip balm. And I'm talking about the little pot with magical balm that just heals lips or anything dry or cracked or flaky. I love that thing. I've been buying it for years. I will be buying it for years. Like, it's my go-to. It's my holy grail. So far, still, I haven't found anything better, and I've been using it for many years. Here, I have the Nuxe Rêve de Miel stick, moisturizing lip moisturizing stick with honey and sunflower. Of course, my naivete really was hoping that it'll be the portable equivalent of the little pot, balm in the pot, because they have the same name. It's not. This is a regular lip balm. There's nothing special about it. It's not extra hydrating. It doesn't have the same benefits as the potted one does. So if you're looking for significant amount of hydration, don't go for the stick. The stick is not going to do it for you, I don't think. So I'm abandoning it because it just doesn't do enough for me. I need more from my lip products. A couple of cleansers. I'm really having a hard time finding a good cleanser. I feel like cleansers is something I'm pretty finicky about. Although it seems like a very quick step in the routine, I do feel like a lot of cleansers do irritate my skin, so I need something quite mild and extremely effective. Both of those qualities are hard to combine in a single product. So let's start with the Shiseido Benefiance Extra Creamy Cleansing Foam. Of course. Why did I get it? Because it says extra creamy. I thought extra creamy meant that it was maybe going to be creamy and moisturizing on the skin, but it wasn't. So I'm not really sure what the name is about. I suppose in the tube it does kind of look like a cream, but for me, like this is for oily skin types, maybe normal to oily, combo to oily. On my dry, sensitive skin, this did not perform well, left me feeling really tight and uncomfortable. And if you have dry skin, you know exactly what I mean. Not one of the best cleansers for dry skin at all. So I'm not sure. I think it's probably a good product, but just for me, it did not work at all. Almost the same can be said about this Definitive Rose, the Whole Plant Organics Facial Cleanser Rose Jasmine. They actually sent me a whole set, almost probably most of their lineup of products, and I've actually enjoyed most of them. And here in the basically what you see is the fails. I have a couple of these Definitive Rose products that I did not enjoy. So this facial cleanser is not one of these, like, you know, with the Shiseido. I'm like, I think it's a good product. I think people with a different skin type might enjoy it. This one is very clean in terms of its ingredients, very liquidy. So does nothing. I think if you never wear makeup, if you don't really have to deep cleanse your skin, then this could be okay, probably, I don't know. This is not for people who actually need any kind of serious removal of anything from the skin. This is maybe, I'm not even sure who that would be for, because it left a little bit of a weird feeling on the skin. It also was a little bit drying for my dry skin. With the Shiseido, maybe I feel like, yeah, that could be good for somebody. This one, I don't really see who they're aiming for in terms of their customers. Maybe people who don't need to cleanse their skin, because that just doesn't do enough in terms of cleansing, I don't think. We have a little transitionary product, and this is Clarins One Step Gentle Exfoliating Cleanser with Orange Extract, all skin types. Says all skin types. I wouldn't recommend it for all skin types. This is the kind that has those micro beads in the cleanser, and they're supposed to exfoliate as you're cleansing. I don't like those types of products. I don't actually like physical exfoliators at all. I do prefer gentle chemical exfoliants. That's what I like. That's what I prefer. That's what I go for. So this was extremely fragranced, which I did not like. The texture was okay, but that exfoliating property was really not something I was looking for. And it just also was a little irritating, probably because of the extreme amount of fragrance. Like, you can smell that really, really from far away. It smells like fake, maybe popsicles, I'm not sure. Popsicles and soap, that's what it smells like. So I wasn't a fan of the smell. I wasn't a fan of the fact that it was a physical exfoliant. I didn't think it was for all skin types, definitely not for sensitive skin, and I don't think it's good for dry skin either. So passing it on. Another Definitive Rose product, and again, I generally really, really like their entire lineup, and I've finished products into like nothing. I finished them till the end. This was not something that is for me, but it is a good product. So when I'm saying this, I don't think is a good product. This I think is, but it's for a specific person. Again, this is Whole Plant Organics Facial Polish. I like it. I even used quite a bit of it, so I enjoyed it enough to use that much. But I have to say, I don't really like facial polishes. Again, as I said with the Clarins, I don't really like polishes or any kind of physical exfoliants, so it's just not for me. I thought the product was nice, but I don't like washing those little beads out of crevices of my face, and it's just too messy. I prefer something a lot simpler, and exfoliants that are chemical are a lot simpler. You just sort of put it on and you leave it, and I usually exfoliate overnight, so some kind of an acid overnight treatment is what I prefer, and that works the best for my skin because over time it doesn't irritate my skin quite as much. This didn't really irritate my skin. The ingredient deck is good too, but it's just not a category of products that I use. So I am going to pass it on. And the last piece here is kind of sucky. This is Balms Away Eye Makeup Breakup from the Balm. So this is supposed to be a cleansing balm, specifically for eye makeup. I really gave it a good go. I tried my best, guys. I hit pan. I was working on this thing. I was like, I must be doing something wrong. Anyway, this doesn't really work well as an eye makeup remover, and I don't wear waterproof makeup, so we're not talking about like extreme conditions here. I'm talking about regular mascara. It smudges it, you need to remove it several times, and then on top of that you need to go in with like a different cleanser to clean the residue from that thing off. And this was a huge fail. I hated that. I love using cleansing balms. I think they're very effective. And Clean It Zero or something like that. That's the one I'm using right now. I love that one. It's fabulous. It works really, really well. This doesn't really emulsify in any way. I'm not really sure what they were doing with this product. Total fail. Out of the stuff that I'm giving away, there are two things that are like, oh, pretty good. I just don't need them in my possession. There are a bunch of things, probably this amount of things that I think are good. So the facial oil is probably good, not good for me. The lemon strip peel polish is probably good, just not for my skin type. And the Shiseido wash I think is probably good, but not for my skin type, as well as this Definitive Rose physical exfoliator, the facial polish. I think those are pretty good, but not for me. Then we have this intermediate thing with the Clarins where like it's working, it's definitely not for me, and it's super fragrant. So it's like downgraded a step below the previous category. Pretty good products that just don't work for me. It's workable, but I don't like certain things about it that I think might be a problem for quite a few people, not just people of my skin type, and a couple of complete fails. So this Definitive Rose Whole Plant Organics Facial Cleanser I think is a fail. It doesn't really work well as a cleanser. And this Balm Eye Makeup Remover Cleansing Balm is a total fail. It also doesn't work. So these are just kind of not good, I think, in terms of formulation, in terms of the thought behind it, in terms of function, not good. So that is kind of how I go about clearing out my skincare drawers and figuring out what I'm going to pass on and what I'm going to throw away. So this is the stuff, the rejects, the stuff that didn't work well for me, and I'll try to find some of these things a new home. Tell me, is there anything that you have been disappointed with in terms of your skincare or gotten rid of recently? I would like to know. I'm very curious. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.